Hello friends, and welcome back to Dishonored 2, You Only Live Once. In the last episode, we cleared most of the Palace District, acquired some key upgrades, and last, but not least, sorted out who's the Duke and who's the Double using a combination of cunning, supernatural mind reading, and the ancient art of waiting 10 seconds for someone to blatantly out themselves. No, really, it's not all that difficult. The Double's a smoker, the Duke isn't. The Duke's a child of privilege who thinks he's too good for paperwork, the Double reads it all and mutters about not being able to spend any of the coins with his face on them. Even if you never use the heart, all it takes is listening to one or two of their voice lines. The hardest part can be getting to chat with the Double without having him freak out over violence or bodies, and we've taken care of that. That leaves us with 4 remaining tasks: neutralizing all enemies, getting all collectibles, replacing the now unconscious Duke, and gaining access to the secrets in his vault. First, though, we need to take care of one important oversight. While editing the footage of the last episode, I noticed that I'd forgotten to grab one of the bone charms back in Ravenna Boulevard, and on our way out, we might as well deal with guards out front. Good. No fuss there. Now, it's not impossible that one of the guards out there might turn around and see some of this, so let's just conceal our bodies. Now, there should be 2 guards in addition to that officer that we just took out. Okay, he's facing that way. And I believe that pillar should block the other guy's line of sight. Good. Okay.
I thought I heard butterflies for a second.
Sometimes that time freeze on blink is really nice, but when you just want to take an extra second or two to make sure that you lined up your blink just right. Alright. That's the guards out front, and we no longer need to worry about them. We can just run back and forth as we wish. It actually occurs to me that when I head back to Ravenna in order to grab that bone charm, I'll be in a good position to stop by the black market for a last-minute restock and a few other things, so I'll take care of that last. Let's see. Right now we've got a couple of officers, a civilian down there, and a guard down there. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's another civilian down here. So let's take care of him first. Alright then. Yeah, I think this is the play.
A mind to organize another.
Got the order there slightly incorrect. The way that's supposed to go is that you sleep dart the one who's not within sight of the other, so that you can then immediately grab the one without risking a freak out. But that's fine. It all worked out. Now let's see. Got one unconscious civilian, unconscious officer, unconscious guard. That's what we like to see. And I robbed these civilians, yes? Yes, I did. And that note over there, that's just yet another clue that the Duke really is, surprise, surprise, in his quarters. That is to say, the real Duke. Yeah. But okay. And, okay, still good on sleep darts for the moment. Now, there's several civilians over here, and they can be kind of a pain in the ass.
Did you say you could hit him in the head? Or that you could... Oh.
That one over there looks like she's... Yeah, okay. She just woke up. So the 3 of you can just go right to sleep. I believe there's some replacements over here. Yeah. Perfect. And like you might imagine of most of the guests here, these are horrible people. Because this poor gentleman here who's hung up like this, he was hung up for stealing fruit. Y'all suck, and you're very lucky that I'm merciful. And now down here we've got a couple of passed out civilians who we will need to knock out properly, but Then we've got... Actually, wait a second. Will we take him out? Is there anyone who can see? Because I believe... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we've got the civilians over there. And she's pretty much always looking out over that balcony. Unfortunately, she is not difficult to manage. However, I believe there's a guy over there in the corner in a chair who will see her get knocked out. I think the thing to do here is, yeah, let's just drop down first. And we'll take him out, and then grab her.
What would you do if you were the Duchess of Serkonos, or some other ruler, the Queen of Morley, or even the Empress?
More of what I already do. Screwing, eating fine meals, smoking the best haverweed. And when I wasn't doing that, I'd be buying exotic furniture from Tivia, having my apartments redecorated.
Apartments, plural. And you've got it tough. Let's just sleep through the rest of the night. Think about your life choices. Blood sacrifice. Literally useless, cannot equip. Oh, got a couple sleep darts here. Remember, those are there. And a chloroform bottle. Excellent. That we will definitely need, but not quite yet. I think. Let's replenish really quick. And the easiest way to do that is going to be to come up here. I do like having Undertaker equipped, but I find that I am missing the faster mana regen. I might switch that up a bit at some point. Okay, so over here in this lounge, there's some civilians and guards who are having a card game, and yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Usually they're supposed to be clustered around that table, and it makes them very easy to take out, all in one fell swoop. But something must have alerted them at some point, and so they've returned to idle animations, and just kind of taken up position at wherever dynamic way they might be able to sit down or perch themselves. That's unfortunate, but manageable. I think I will put their little surprise right here. And she's a bit far away, but one sleep dart should take care of that.
All of this to entertain a statue?
Hey. Not sure how he got away from that, but...
Trick, he's doing it wrong. And I can't feel my fingertips anymore.
There we go. That was much messier than it really had any need to be. This is usually a very easy room, just usually easy because of the way they're clustered. But that's fine. Now this guy here, I believe he still needs to be knocked out. Yeah, he's a little bit of a troll. He's just kind of passed out there having a nap. I love these beer taps. They're so quick to refill. Or Votano, drinking on the job. Lots of coins here just scattered about, and that's going to have one charge on it, so remember that that's there to use. Okay, I think before we do anything else, probably should take care of the Duke. It's not impossible that an error could cause someone to alert and flee into the throne room where the double is right now, and if he gets freaked out, that could completely disrupt the script. Wrong way. And I think with the stealth upgrade now, we can just run around here. We're far enough away from anyone. Okay, now before we put the Duke in position, there's something we need to do. First, destroy anything that someone might die by falling into. And then we're going to place a stun mine, I think, right about here. Yeah, that's going to be good. So what's going to happen is, as soon as we place the Duke in position, some guards are going to spawn in. I believe it's 2 guards and an officer are going to spawn in right out here, and they're going to come rushing through the door to participate in the cutscene. And there's a few ways you can handle that. You can place a stun mine right here or something else to intercept them, and what will happen then is that they'll be taken out the moment the cutscene starts, but the cutscene will still play out the same way. That, however, can bug out the cutscene, so I'm not going to do that. The safer thing to do is place it right here, which is where they end up after they're done placing the Duke in here when he's unconscious. And that will take care of the magically spawning NPCs that didn't exist in the world before this. Let's get that done.
That's it then. Now it's up to me. I'll take the medallion and call them.
I'll be watching. Break a leg.
Don't worry. I've spent years mimicking this asshole.
Vince D'Onofrio did a great job with this role.
Captain Almeida, come at once to my chambers. There's a problem. Quick, hide up there. Yes, Captain. Please arrest this clown. Seems that he took his role a little too seriously. Get your hands off me. Poor man. He served me well for years. We'll never find anyone else who so bears my resemblance. Take him away, Captain, but be gentle.
I think I understand, Your Eminence. We'll handle it.
What? This is outrageous. I'll have you all skinned alive and set in a salt bath.
Now, if you do take them out at the beginning of the cutscene, like I mentioned, this is kind of hilarious because Duke Abel is just sitting there being grappled by thin air and dragging himself off.
I am the Duke of Serconis. You can't do this.
Dr. Hypatia at Adamire will know what to do, poor man.
And then she's going to walk off screen and become part of the pile. If she hasn't yet. Oh, no, she has. Okay. Was concerned there for a moment. But okay. Duke Abel can just nap there. He's not going to be the Duke for much longer. And this was actually the room in which the double resided. And we have here a note that was written to the double, presumably by someone else who wanted him to convey that to the Duke. And they were asking the Duke to accept a tax on the rich in order to make the lives of common people better. I feel like that would not have gone over well. But from this, we have learned the real name of the double, Armando. And so, Armando, or should we say from here on out, Duke Luca Abel, how do you feel about all this?
I'm still trying to get my head around this. It's incredible.
And you're not kidding.
It'll be dicey for a while because I may be missing a few details. As quickly as I can, I'll turn over the palace guard. That will help cover me. Once you're off for Dunwall, I'll wait for your messages. I'll need all the help I can get turning this around.
And you're not kidding, buddy. Well, may I suggest that you start by giving up smoking, because that's kind of be a red flag for a lot of people. But anyway, let's take his stuff, and this last item here that I forgot when I was up here. And what we have down here in this chest is just some random belongings of his. There's one last thing I want to make sure we do before we leave. This is the public address system that the erstwhile Duke used to badger the people of Karnaca night and day. He abused his platform and his privilege to broadcast the kind of bugfuck nonsense that you'd expect from the greasy weirdo on the street corner bleating about aliens and vaccine conspiracies, and he's responsible for the deaths of millions of innocent brain cells. He's a spoiled, crackpot man-child who, in a sane world, wouldn't have an audience much bigger than the postage stamp he lives under. But enough about Elon Musk. Let's hijack Karnaca Twitter and give the people something to talk about.
People of Karnaca, this is Corvo Atano, Royal Protector for your rightful ruler, Empress Emily Caldwin. I'm here in the city of my birth to set things right with the Duke of Serkonos, Luca Abel, who has of late been deceived by the pretender to the imperial throne, Delilah Copperspoon. Duke Abel and I are old friends, and in his heart he is a loyal ally and servant to the Empire. I am Serkonan, and your blood flows through my veins. I will leave you and return to Dunwall, but know this. We have parleyed, and the Duke now understands the crisis in full. My hope is to restore your true Empress to the throne with haste. I bid you farewell, and ask you to maintain your faith and loyalty to the Empire.
Very well done, Corvo. Well spoken, good choice of words, struck all the right notes, I thought. Although it's funny, I've never actually tried doing that before replacing the Duke or taking him out, and while there were still all the guards and everyone else is still in control. And it's kind of amusing to think of whether they accounted for that. I'm betting that they did, but I haven't tried it out. I'd be interested to find out sometime. Not in this playthrough. But okay. Now we've taken out the people down there, so they are no longer in a position to see anything going on out here, which means this guy can go down. And then we've got this woman over here who is napping, but not sufficiently unconscious. We'll take care of that. And likewise for this passed out fellow here who's had way too much fun. And as for guard and the clockwork over here, they're a bit closer to each other than I'd like. But really what we want is for the guard to be facing that direction. The clockwork can see both in front and behind, but as soon as the guard's back is turned, we can take the clockwork out. And that is in fact what we're going to do right now. There we go. That is all taken care of. And just use a potion. Or run off to find a faucet at this point. I'm going to restock on potions before we leave anyway. Now there is, I believe, one guard down here, right? He's going to be just sitting on the edge. Yeah, there he is. Okay. That's fine. Slip down this way. Take out the whale oil tank. Put that out of the ocean. Thankfully, he will not hear that. I don't think he'll hear that. But we'll open ourselves an escape route anyway. Should be able to just see this guy's vision cone. Yeah, there it is. Okay. This time, and blink right behind him. And put him to sleep. Likewise for this poor maid. Very sorry, ma'am. Alright. That, I think, should be all external enemies. We'll give it a good look when I get to the other side, though. For the moment, let's head in here. This abandoned storage area. Which, it's seen better days. That's not great. Fortunately, we're well equipped to deal with all of that nonsense. And actually, while I'm at it, let me show off the explosive cluster bullets. I don't know if any of you might not have seen those before. They are quite spectacular, but they are not the sort of thing that one would want to be using in an enclosed space. So let's put that away. Let's see, we've got some blood amber here and some more over here, and I think that's all. Just a spring razor there. Without the nest, these blood flies are no longer a threat. However, they can die anyway. Okay then. Now I mentioned before, some time ago actually, that there was one point in the game where Leviathan's Breath would be useful. And this is it. It actually would have also been useful early on when we had to dive to get that rune that was at the bottom of the ocean. But, well, we didn't have bone charms then. So at any rate, let's swap that out. I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'll swap out Swift Shadow, just so that if I forget to put it back, that I'll notice because of the speed difference. I'll put a potion as well. There's not a lot down here, just some whalebone and a rune around the corner here. And I think if we duck under here, yeah, that will bring us out right here. And right here being a place that we actually could have already gotten to.
Delilah Copperspoon.
Corvo Atano, once again displaying his legendary ability to read names off of a painting. Alright, let's unlock this vault door here. And where's the clockwork going to be?
Remove this playback after the final field test.
Oh, perfect. Perfect timing. No, you don't.
This is the image I made to hold Delilah's spirit.
Indeed. So before we do anything else, let's take care of that.
Be at peace, my dear Empress. Star of my sky.
Your eyes, your hands, your heart. With my last thought.
That's a nice little animation detail, his fingers closing around nothing once she disappears.
That it's done. Now it's time to return to Delilah's.
The heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
I wonder if it was even really alive.
So now we have Delilah in here instead of Jasmine.
Jasmine is gone at last, faded into nothing. Her reward is peace.
And that is probably the nicest voice line that Delilah has, so I don't think we're interested in anything else she has to say. I talked about this briefly in the last episode. This broken ornament is the one that Megan used to kill the Duke's brother after the two boys killed her childhood friend.
Why would the Duke keep this old thing?
It's obviously of great sentimental value to the Duke in some twisted way, and it's one of the final souvenirs that we can pick up to decorate our cabin and get the associated achievement. Just a handful more valuables here. And now be very careful when going out this back entrance. It is not safe. That is a live arc pylon. Fortunately, if you go out this way, you have just enough space to kind of peek around the corner here, pop open the whale oil tank, and get it out of there. And, well, if it happens to explode out here, it is very spectacular. I don't think I actually need that. I'm sure I've gotten the ones that I need by now. I think that should be all external threats. Okay. Oh, and just so, notice that I was going slowly there. That means that I forgot to take the bone charm back off, so it's good that I did it that way. Okay, and actually while I'm here, let's go ahead and sacrifice Leviathan's Breath and all of the ones that are not going to be of any use at this point. No, actually, we'll keep 5% for the moment. I don't think I'll use it at this point, but I might. I don't think I'm going to need that. And likewise, I think we're past the point where we really need to be having Electrical Burst. Definitely past the point where Bitter Blood is of any use whatsoever. That's got quite a lot of Whalebone for us. Let's see, how are we doing on runes? Oh, we've got 2, and I got the routes up. No, I didn't. Okay, good. Well, it's about time I got the routes upgrade. And where that leaves us is, quite frankly, where there's not a whole lot really to get. I don't really like the snap reaction. It throws off my timing. It's a nice reminder if someone spots you, but it just kind of throws me off. This, however, Adept Parry might not be a bad idea to get. I don't want this one because that can result in kills, and I don't really use Focus Slide. So yeah, is that. What else of utility? If I could muster together 5 runes, then being able to just bash down doors isn't bad. But honestly, at this point, we're pretty well tricked out with just about everything we need to have. I've never really gotten into using this particular one, Blank Assault. I don't know why, just haven't. But okay. Let's craft ourselves a rune. And we'll throw on a Adept Parry there. Okay. Whoop, that's not where I thought I was. Let's be a little more careful than that. But okay. This is where I wanted to end up going anyway. I just wanted to be a bit more careful about it. So, let's see. Where is everyone? Okay. Well, what I want is for that officer to not be looking over here so I can grab this guy. I think he's about to move. Yep. Okay, actually, perfect. Nobody looking in this direction. Nobody will see this guy disappear into thin air. I think we are just about ready to take out the lot of them. Which can be a, well, it can be a bit messy. Let's grab the chloroform bottle here. And put that right here. And let's see, where's the officer? Right below, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm walking around down there. That's actually perfect. Okay. So a lot of things have to happen very quickly here.
That sounded like broken glass.
Check what that was. Sure.
What's going on here?
Wake up.
What?
So, let's see. What was it?
Why is that not going off? Oh, hey, forgot about the dog.
Think you're smart? I'll find you. She's out cold.
Something feels wrong. Whoever did that will get them.
Okay, I do not like how much wandering is going on. There we go. We finally found one. Looks like there's still a charge left in the stun mine.
Whoever did this.
What?
Okay. Hopefully in a second here she's going to wander into range of that stun mine.
Got another one. Another victim?
Yep.
Oh.
Alright then. Apparently that's not gonna... Actually...
I'll kill you for this.
Oh man. That's enough out of you. I just noticed that getting some frame drops in here might be similar to that area in Stilton's mansion, so if that's the case, I apologize. Okay. I think that counts for everyone in here, but I'm fairly certain that a civilian or two ran off somewhere. Oh, there's this guy. And did anyone get back here? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they would have run quite that far unless there was a reason. No one's been in here, obviously. They would have tripped that stun mine. What about back here? Okay. Alright, I think we're good at this point. Let's check out here. Oh, hi. Thought there might have been another one of you. As I said, it's not strictly necessary to take out the fleeing civilian. They're not considered enemies for the purpose of the run, but all the same, I like to keep things clean. Oh, speaking of which, sir... Don't be a pain in the ass. Let's top off.
Welcome. Please be at ease. Our establishment is secure.
Not for long, it's not. Let's see.
Very good. A
Have a
pleasure.
few of those. One of those. One of those.
Well made.
A couple of stun mines. And a bunch of potions. Alright. And any last minute upgrades I want to
This is
get...
what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Actually... Yeah, why not? Grab that. And to top things off, since there's no further reason not to, I might as well rob the black market. And of course we picked up...
Sir Conan from Tivian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right.
Honestly, though, like I said last episode, it's not really worth it most of the time. Especially this one, which is a handful of coins at best and one of each inventory item. You know, look at that. Handful of things at least. That's why I made sure that I didn't completely max myself out. Oops, I did not mean to grab that. But okay. Well, that's why I rebound that key. You notice that of the few health elixirs that I simply couldn't avoid getting, yeah, they're all still there. And I believe, if memory serves, it was in this building, right? Yeah, it's just right up there. So I think what happened is that I came up here, dealt with these two guards and the civilian in here, and then just got sidetracked. I think I just completely forgot to go up to the next floor, so it's good that I checked on that. And again, if memory serves, this is Lucia Pastor's apartment, I think? Or at least her old apartment? Yeah. Yeah, this note from her to her mother, just telling her not to worry and that she's relocating for good reasons, etc. And also, please stop trying to marry me off. Unfortunate craftsmanship. Well, yeah, that is unfortunate. It's one of those bone charms that's only of any great utility when everything else has already gone wrong and your back's up against the wall. Now granted, there's some value in having emergency items like that. The thing is, it's just not that great. I mean, there's so many better charms to equip. Now I'm going to take a quick circuit around the map, just make sure that we have gotten absolutely everything before we go, and if I don't find anything new or nothing interesting happens, I'll rejoin you on the other side. Aha! Was running around with item vision on, just looking for any goodies. It's entirely logical that there might be coins down in the drain, so good job by the level designer. Ah, it's like I forgot a sleep dart in her, but that's fine. And more of them right there. Oh. It is just really amazing how powerful Lucky Needle is. It's arguably, I know I made a big deal out of Spirit Water, and that is absolutely powerful, but it's almost arguable that Lucky Needle, for a stealth player, is even more powerful. As you've seen, ever since I got that, I have at no point been in any meaningful danger of running out of sleep darts. Oh, right. I didn't break that earlier because it would have caused some rather alarming noise. Let's deal with that now. And oh, got a dried bloodfly husk over here. Anything else? Oh, I grabbed another stun mine here. I forgot that was there. And just a coin, and if you have never actually checked this out, this audiograph is, well, it's both amusing and disturbing.
By your most recent response, the Duke was, well, he was furious. He sent me to interview you about your progress.
One of the maids took me for a walk. We dug beetles in the park with shiny green shells.
I don't understand, Mr. Jindosh. Working with Anton Sokolov, were you successful at lowering the cost of Clockwork Soldier production? The Duke is expecting a reduction of 80 to 90% based on your own estimates.
She let me keep a few of them in a jar. I pulled off their legs.
That's interesting. Let me remind you, as Grand Inventor, you've been given everything you requested. But with that comes a responsibility for deadlines and expectation of progress. Wait.
Is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
The Duke's had a change of heart. Things are shifting. Let's leave this place. To find a way to help Emily. And to give her back the throne.
And no kills, that's what I like to see. And we got all of the required collectibles and, quite frankly, an amazing amount of the coins. I think that might be the highest percentage that I've gotten so far in this run from any given mission. That's quite fantastic. Not that we really needed them at this point. I mean, we've already got all the upgrades we needed, and we are fully stocked, and we'll have another chance to do so before we head into the castle, so not too fussed about money. And finally, for special actions, we were able to enter Duke Luca-Abel's vault through the pantry passage. We got into the sunken storage, which is also accessible from in there. We replaced the Duke with his body double, and henceforth, Armando shall be referred to as Duke Luca-Abel. That means you. And we tricked the black market shopkeeper into opening the back door. And finally, we addressed the people of Karnaca from Luca-Abel's chambers. I've talked about the souvenirs before, and for those who don't know, this is what I mean. In each mission, there's a keepsake you can find and bring back to your cabin. Some of these, like the guard helmet from A Long Day in Dunwall, or the syringe if you rescue Hypatia, are given to you automatically. For most others, you have to find a specific item in the world. So we've got the wood carving by Samuel Beechworth, a clockwork soldier part that you get from picking up their plaques, a whalebone sword that we swiped from Brianna Ashworth's office, a silver graph of Megan and Corvo in the skiff, a calendar stolen from the past, and finally, the gazelle ornament that Megan used to kill the Duke's brother when they were children. Now I say finally, but there's one final souvenir necessary for the achievement, a doll that belonged to Emily. However, you won't find that until literally just before reaching Delilah, so it never appears here in the cabin. Obviously, I've long since gotten the achievement, but I usually grab these in every playthrough. They're not far out of your way, if at all, and I'm a base builder in games. I like having decorations in my cabin. It's time for our briefing, so let's go have a quick chat with Sokolov.
Remarkable what Delilah's accomplished, coming from such a background, taking the throne. It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight, and Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
Too late for regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
Megan is waiting for you on the deck outside. She seemed cagey earlier, even more than usual.
It's time to talk with Megan, and we've got a note here, a letter to Billy Lurk, a name that will be extremely familiar to anyone who has played the DLCs. Indeed, Megan has a secret. It's not hard to figure out if you've played the DLCs for the first game, especially if you were being thorough about the lore, reading up on notes and listening to audiographs. Everything you need to know is given to you by this point, but just in case you hadn't pieced it together yet.
My name is Billy Lurk.
I remember seeing that written down somewhere, a long time ago.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
I want to hear you say it.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, We were paid to.
You helped Dowd kill Jessamine.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
And you have a choice here of how to respond. There isn't really a single right or wrong answer. What you say won't affect the big picture in the game's ending, and it certainly won't have any gameplay impact. But if you take these things seriously at all, it's probably worth putting yourself in her shoes for just a moment. To my mind, Megan isn't a horrible person. In many respects, like all of us, she's a product of the circumstances that shaped her. She was brutalized and scarred, an orphan taken in by a charismatic gang leader who gave her purpose, strength, power, and even, in his own way, the love of a father figure. And since that time, she seems to have genuinely made every effort to put that life behind her and do what she can to atone. She knew who we were, knew full well what she'd done to us, and what we might do to her if we found out. But she came to Dunwall, alone, to try to help us, and at no point in this whole ordeal has she been anything less than a loyal ally. We would not have gotten this far if not for her. She's made terrible choices in the past, but they're not who she is now, and I'm not going to judge her for them. I'm sure that's a lot easier for me to say than it would be for Corvo, so I admire that he can respond this evenly.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did, but suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did. Or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it. But neither will I.
No, I don't think you will. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff and I'll go alone from here.
That said, Billy, if you're looking to make reparations, I understand that you've got some goodies in your cabin. With sustenance and gutter feast, neither of which I can equip at all.
I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us.
I wasn't sure how long it would take to wrap up matters with the Duke. If I'd gotten through it very quickly, there was a chance I could have gotten started in Dunwall tonight. But I'm satisfied with our progress, and leaving off here means that one way or another, next episode will be the finale of Dishonored 2, You Only Live Once. No matter what happens, no matter how long it takes, we're going to wrap things up next time. I hope you'll join me for that, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do the YouTube thing, leave a like and subscribe. I'm not going to annoy you with an intrusive bell sound effect, but do click it anyway so you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Those were my choices.